Happy Halloween, or closer to it, even though it's September still. But
we don't have costumes or spooky music.
I'll just overlay stuff. We'll fix it in post, like they always say. Alright, so what we've done is we went to Walgreens. We found a few of the current holidays offerings for candy. Some of the things we didn't find is there's a new one from Sky Bar called Zombie Food, which is all different like chocolate body parts, but when you bite them into them, you've dyed the caramel red. So yeah, so
I guess it's an improvement over the 3,000 variations of marshmallow that seemed to populate last year's treats.
Very true. Oh yes.
Leftovers of
yeah, let's take a look at these first because I might want to throw these out at some point. If you remember last year's review, not only have they not changed a bit, but in the meantime they got stale, and now they've gotten unstale, and they're actually back to being like kind of pliable to some degree.
Just so you can...
And the Halloween gingerbread house didn't.
So those of you who actually consumed these last year, just know that those are still in your stomach, possibly.
Yes, they are. Okay, this is... the things that look worse for wear are the bees.
Which died along the way.
Yeah, the bees attacked and they all died. It's a horrible fate. So yeah, I want to try to not have this in my office anymore. Because my daughter walked in, she goes, "Oh, treats for me?" I'm like, no, not for you, not for anyone.
Not for anyone.
Not even for. So what we got is we got a couple. Actually, probably most of them are Nestle, but we got a Butterfinger pumpkin variant, Crunch variant, candy corn M&Ms, and there's a new candy corn Oreo out, which I'd like to try, but not enough to buy a whole box of, and Snickers pumpkins, and then, took them long enough to do this, but Cadbury Scream eggs.
By far the thing that most of us are excited about.
Yes, exactly, because now there's, as I put on my Facebook post, life is worth living twice a year now. So, the only thing that's really different aside from the outside is that the inside is now dyed green. It's a spooky ooze now instead of egg yolk.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somehow a green ooze sits better than like an egg yolk made out of cream or chocolate. Anyway, all right. So I'm gonna jump cut a ton of this review, so we don't have to like watch us opening all these things, but we'll attempt to cut this in half. All right. So this is
Butterfinger.
Butterfinger, which is not one of my more favorite candy bars. I tend to like Fifth Avenue because it's more of a peanut than a butterscotch. But
I used to love these as a kid. And then over time, like the texture of them started to bother me more and more as time went on.
Yeah, as you bite through the little thin layer of chocolate, and all of a sudden it's just like just crunching. Now what they've done though, they've kind of modified that where it's Butterfinger like crunch chips inside. It's definitely an improvement.
Yeah.
Mainly because there's a lot more chocolate to it.
I'll probably see it a little bit better there now.
Yeah.
It's
more chocolate's always good. So it's almost like the, is it butterscotch? Or is it, we'll call it butterscotch, I don't care. The butterscotch seems to be more of a flavor accent as opposed to the entire bar at this point.
I've always referred to Butterfingers as that not quite peanut butter flavor. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, it's not a flavor that comes from nature. That's about the extent we can say of it.
We could say that about a lot of things. It's kind of be why I like Fifth Avenue, because that is more peanut butter. None of them reach peanut butter, but they have different levels of getting close.
Yeah.
So that was actually pretty good. All right, next one is Crunch.
Oh, and I should say, just to comment on the pumpkin flavor, or if it...
Does it have a pumpkin flavor?
Yeah.
Do they even advertise that?
No, it's just a pumpkin.
Just pumpkin shape flavored. Yeah, so pretty much tastes the same. More akin to like the Nestle Minis you find, the Crockle bars and like that. The Hershey. Which one is this? Oh yeah.
It does have a slightly more... not surprising because there's a little bit more solid chocolate in there.
So Crunch is Nestle, and what's the Hershey version? Is the Crackle?
Yeah, Crackle.
Okay.
It does have a little bit more of a solid chocolate taste, I think, in there.
Because the Crunch bars are so thin, it's hard to have much of the crunch in there because they're just like almost waferish.
Yeah. Now for the Snickers.
That we consume 1,000 calories each just in this one sitting.
Oh. So, Snickers.
This is probably even more like the bar because it almost has a elongated shape with enough room for all of the items inside. You know, peanut caramel.
And they would make much of an attempt to make it unique shaped.
This is just an excuse for us to eat candy and not feel too bad about it. But what else can you say? It's a Snicker. However,
now we have the unique ones.
Unique one. So, from if you're familiar with X Entertainment, which is now Dinosaur Dracula, he just recently reviewed the candy corn Oreos, and he said that the candy corn stench, or the candy corn essence, permeated everything, and I just didn't realize candy corn had like a distinct flavor, because I thought it was pretty much just like sugar if we're lucky, hardened corn syrup if we're not lucky. But I guess it'll be interesting to see if, I don't know whether they infuse the candy corn with the chocolate or whether. Bonus points for Halloween colors. Alright, so. Oh yeah, it's different. Oh boy. Let me rack my brain trying to figure out what that tastes like. It doesn't taste like candy corn. What's inside?
Alright, taste it.
Well, it's not chocolate.
If you taste it long enough, it almost tastes more like butterscotch than it actually tastes like candy corn.
More so than the Butterfinger. It tastes like an ice cream.
Yeah, maybe like a
really cheap vanilla ice cream. If
really
you ever had a real vanilla ice cream, you know what vanilla should taste like.
Yeah, of course, trying to find a good vanilla ice cream is near impossible.
Yeah.
For kids who have never actually had vanilla ice cream.
Well, it's probably vanilla when it's just tainted with so much sugar that it just overrides the taste, which is kind of what candy corn is. It's not a flavor I'd like to eat a lot of.
No.
I'm glad we didn't buy like the 5-pound bag because that's what we found available at the time.
But it was a better deal.
Not a better deal if you don't want it either. 220 calories for this whole bag.
You mean like that giant case full of Polar that we bought, which I was looking around to see if we actually still had any left.
Well, you got the birch beer still in your office, so I'm surprised you still have that, since that was a halfway decent one.
It was, I just haven't had an excuse to drink it.
Look, this, I'm putting it back in the package because I don't want to eat the ones I've taken out. That's...
Yeah, it's it's not bad tasting, so I guess on this scale that we have to use on this show, because normally we aim for things that don't taste anything remotely pleasant.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's a 2 or a 2.5 out of 5. Like full.
Oh, that was a nice clean cut too. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
So really, the outside is the same mold. It's got that kind of ambiguous star to it, which is sort of out of place. Because I mean, really, the fact that that's the Easter star.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one long one at the bottom.
We're like, we could change the molds, but that would take effort. It costs money.
Let's just change the food dye. Taste, I imagine, is just going to be exactly the same. But
Yeah.
Well, that's good because I don't want them to change the taste of that. It's too good. This is called a meal replacement egg. A, because it has enough calories to replace a meal. B, because you don't feel like eating after this. Eat one of these and you're just like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
Cadbury eggs, so of course they're a 6 out of 5. And if you disagree, you're wrong.
Get these out of Halloween,
Mm.
be like taco block.
So pretty much buy Cadbury eggs instead of those Wendy's coupons because you want people to like you and come to your house.
Yes. This isn't the 1980s anymore. Can't get away with McDonald's coupons. I like getting those fry coupons. I would never use them, but it was just like, I don't know why. It was just...
Well, the Frosty coupons were at least a little bit better than
Oh,
the
yeah.
fry ice cream. The Frosty ones, at least, you're getting something of a candy substance. I don't know what you want to call a Frosty. You know, certainly not a milk-based product. And fries.
Well, actually, I thought the Frosty had the most milk-based out of any of them because
technically, it's
so I know like the people in college used to like try to gain weight for wrestling or football. Like Frosties were like the go-to item because like the McDonald's shake or the Burger King shake was just like it was so much chemical mixture. It actually had less nutritional value even though it wasn't cream.
I actually had a friend who spent about 5 minutes arguing with me that the Frosty was the healthy drink option at Wendy's. He was convinced of this. He's like, oh, it's got milk in it. It's got protein. Yeah, so does ice cream.
Ice cream's healthy.
Milk chocolate has a protein in it, you know? Anyway.
Alright, well, until next time, I'm sure we'll find something to... I think we have a hot sauce one I'll try to post at some point. Maybe I'll get to my ghost chili salt. Justify that at some point.
$5 an ounce.
Jeez. My cocaine cheaper. Alright, see ya.